In this video, I'm going to tell you my number one tip for winning more often on PrizePicks. Listen here, I need you to lock in. Get your pencil and paper out, start taking notes, because if you actually want to start profiting and turning PrizePicks into a little bit of a side hustle, you need to pay attention. My number one tip is for you to start using the sportsbooks as data points and to your advantage to beat PrizePicks long term. Let's deep dive what I mean there. I'm telling you that you don't know ball and that you are not smarter than the sportsbooks. Betting with your gut on PrizePicks is a sure way to lose money. You need to start using actual math and data behind your picks in order to win long term. I'm going to show you exactly how to find these mathematically profitable plays using sportsbook data to your advantage. But first, I want you guys to understand why we do it and why these sportsbook data points are so accurate and important for us sports bettors when choosing our props on PrizePicks. First things first, these sportsbooks like FanDuel and DraftKings, Caesars, Pinnacle, they have multi-million-dollar algorithms and models taking everything into consideration when setting these projections and odds. Sure, you can look up last five on PrizePicks or even go to another website and look up matchups or home versus away splits, how this person does on Saturdays versus Sundays, etc. But all of that is baked into the sportsbook's odds. They paint the entire picture for you. Remember, these sportsbooks are in the business of making money off their customers, so it's important that they set their odds and projections as accurately as possible. Why do you think there's so many losing sports bettors? It's because the books are sharp. And before I show you guys how to line compare and use this sportsbook data to your advantage to find sharp plays, let's talk about the PrizePicks slip types that you are playing, the ones that are going to be best for long-term profitability, and the ones you should stay away from. Let's first start off with the worst slip types you could be playing on PrizePicks, and that is, unfortunately, probably what you play, 2- and 3-man slips on PrizePicks. These are mathematically the worst slip types to be playing if you want to profit long term. And that's because you need to be hitting at an insane rate on your individual props in order to be profitable playing these slip types. On 2-mans, you are getting each individual leg at minus 136 odds, and you have to be right over 57.7% on your individual legs to be profitable long term playing that slip type. And 3-mans, 5x payout, you are getting each leg at minus 140 odds because PrizePicks doesn't change your payout for taking the over or the under. You are still getting minus 140 odds on all of those legs. You have to be right over 58.5% of the time on your individual legs to be profitable long-term playing that slip type. And now let's skip straight to the two most mathematically profitable slips on PrizePicks, and that is 5-man flexes and 6-man flexes, where you are getting each leg at minus 119 odds and only have to be right on your individual legs above 54.2% of the time in order for you to be profitable long-term playing those slip types, which is about a 4% difference when comparing to 2- and 3-mans. Sports betting is already hard enough. No need to make it harder on yourself and have to be right 4% more of the time in order to make money playing PrizePicks. Think about it like this. If you took every single prop you've ever played in a 2-man or a 3-man and you graded them right or wrong, do you think the percentage right is 59% or higher on all of the props you've ever played on PrizePicks? Probably not. If anything, it's a lot closer to 54.2% or even lower than that. But if you have the math and the data to back it up, you can get your hit rate above 54.2% and be profitable playing these other slip types. Sure, we all know that 2- and 3-mans are easier to hit than 5- and 6-leg parlays. Nobody's arguing that. But it is harder to be right on your individual legs at 59% than it is 54.2% over the long term. So technically you might see more wins or green slips that way, but you are not going to make more money that way. Now let me show you how to get your hit rate above that 54.2+% so you can start profiting playing your 5- and 6-man flexes. I actually use a website called Daily Grind Fantasy that helps me compare sportsbooks lines and odds back to PrizePicks and other different DFS apps to find the best value. It's super easy to understand and use as it puts all the information right there in front of you and makes it easy to tell what plays you should be playing. It simply pulls all of the major sportsbook data into one place at one time, and then we'll do the math to devig these lines and find the true fair odds percentage that the sportsbooks are giving these plays to hit, which is located here in this odds percent to hit column. So easy enough, you just need to find 5 or 6 plays that have an average fair odds percentage or odds percent to hit above 54.2+% and get them in 5 and 6 man slips together. Some of you might not know exactly how odds work, so let's start there. The higher a minus number is, the more favored it is by the sportsbooks, the more likely of an outcome it is. So Bogdan Bogdanovic to go over 2.5 assists, FanDuel is giving minus 150 odds, which means they believe this has a very good chance to hit the over. And you can see the entire market is basically in line with FanDuel, where they are giving this average odds of minus 148 based on how all of these sportsbooks are pricing their odds. But why is it good value on PrizePicks? If you remember earlier, I told you that each leg in your PrizePicks 5 and 6 man flexes, you are getting at minus 119 odds. So technically, based on the odds you are getting on PrizePicks, they believe it has a lesser chance to hit than the entire sportsbook market. So listen to the 5 or 6 data points we have here, telling us that the over of 2.5 has a very good chance to hit, and get it at the best possible odds on PrizePicks. We're simply finding inefficiencies in the market and sniping those plays, and it's insane how inefficient the market can be sometimes on certain books. Think about it like stocks. If we were trying to buy Apple stock and we could actually line shop and find the best number for it, we'd be stupid to not go with the cheapest price. Imagine we could buy it for $150, $125, $147, $156, or $119 per stock. We would buy it on PrizePicks at $119 per stock without a doubt. You already do this in everyday life. You line shop and find where you're going to get the best price on something and buy it there, which creates savings, aka makes you money in the long term. Think about it like this. If you were going shopping for the week and you knew that if you went to Walmart, it was going to cost you $115. If you went to Publix just up the road, it was going to cost you $105. But if you went to Aldi and you got the same exact stuff, it was only going to cost you $90 for your weekly groceries. You're probably going to Aldi and saving $15, $20, $35 every single week grocery shopping. And long term, that $20 that you save by going to X grocery store instead of the others adds up. Let's pretend for just a second we are straight betting that example from earlier. A $100 wager at minus 119 odds profits us $84. However, if we bet it at the market average of minus 148, we would only profit $67. We make an extra $17 in profit on this bet just by line shopping and finding where we can get the best possible price. And just like your weekly grocery shopping savings, this adds up. If you could find 40 or 50 bets just like this every single night where you are getting extra profits just by line comparing and finding the cheapest possible price, all while placing that wager because you have confidence from 5, 6, 7 other data points, aka sportsbooks, that this has a much better chance to hit based on the odds they were setting versus the odds you were getting it at. And if you guys didn't know, it gets even easier. Daily Grind Fantasy has an AI tool that uses AI line comparing technology and correlation calculations to find the best and most profitable slips with the highest correlation percentages and builds out full slips just like this for you to simply tail. This is by far the easiest and most profitable tool you can be using to build out slips on PrizePicks and even other DFS apps it builds out full slips for. You can even see off the slip performance chart, this tool is up over 2,300 units since it launched in August of 2023. But how easy is it? You can see this PrizePicks slip here. We're going to reveal the slip. All we simply do is click this bet on PrizePicks button. It's going to load the full slip up into our PrizePicks account. And then all we simply do is enter in the amount we want to play it for and hit submit lineup. And it's going to lock us in the best possible value by line comparing and having those correlation calculations built in on PrizePicks. If you guys did want to sign up for any tools at Daily Grind Fantasy, whether it's the optimizers or the AI Slip Generator, I'll leave a link down in the description below. You can even find plays like this that are less odds-based and more about the projections that are being set across these books. You can see that PrizePicks had Jonathan Taylor's rush yards set to 70.5. However, if we look across at these other 5 sportsbooks that have a projection for this, we can see they are all 9 to 10 yards higher on those books, which means PrizePicks is the outlier here. This should certainly be close to 80 rush yards. We are getting a 10-yard discount on taking the over on PrizePicks when comparing to the rest of the market. And based off all the sportsbook data we have on this play, the books are giving this a 58% chance to hit the over on PrizePicks, which is well above our 54.2% needed on 5 and 6 man flexes. PrizePicks is often slow and lagging behind the major sportsbook market, so you can oftentimes catch them slipping and take advantage of them. And the last thing you need to be doing when implementing this strategy is to manage your bankroll. Remember, we're not playing 2 and 3 man slips anymore. We're playing big boy slips. 5 and 6 man flexes only, so it's important that we stay in the game for as long as possible to reap the benefits of that 25x payout. If you have a $500 bankroll and you are stupid enough to throw down $100 on every single slip and you go on a 5 slip losing streak, which isn't a lot, you are out of the game. You're done. However, if you were managing your bankroll only playing $5 per slip and you went on a 15 slip losing streak and then hit the very next slip, you're extremely profitable over that stretch due to that 25x payout. Shoot, you could lose 23 straight and then hit the next one and be profitable. Now, I'm not saying you're going to lose 23 straight slips, but I'm also not telling you that you're going to win every single 6-leg slip you put in. 6-leg parlays are hard to hit, guys. That's why it's important to stay in the game, and as long as you are keeping yourself in the game, playing plays that have an edge against PrizePicks, you are going to be profitable in the long term. But that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed and learned something. If you did, make sure you guys leave a like and don't forget to subscribe on the way out as we post sports betting content like this every single week.